My hands haven't stopped bleeding since Saturday, the day I split Johnston's head in with that horrid cleaver. That same cleaver he would wave around each day as he hurled his scurvy insults in that shrill voice that I loathed so. His incessant barrage of insecure ramblings flooding my ears with a pain like none other, forcing me to consider why I shouldn't just spill my guts right there on the tiled floor. Nothing I would do could stop these senseless criticisms. He would rave about how I handled the toppings, or howl ad nauseum when I'd slap the meat betwixt those fluffy buns. "You microwave it first, fuckface!" he would shriek, spewing vagrant spittle onto the very submarine sandwiches he deemed so sacred. His existence was a mishandling of cosmic proportions. From dawn to Stygian dusk, I would absorb these words at which Mephistopheles himself would have shaken his horned head. And each day I took these diatribes without protest, like a good little pilgrim. But then, hark! Inspiration! On that cold, dewy Saturday afternoon, as my lunch break approacheth, the lightning hand of creation struck the epicenter of my brain, igniting within me an epiphany of epiphanies. A chicken sandwich with ranch and Caesar dressing, mine own 1,000 islands, surely a delicacy in which the Lord himself would have partaken during his Last Supper, had he the chance. With my artisan's hands tingling with elation, I set out on my culinary epic. Whole wheat bread, daily chicken, pepper jack cheese, ranch dressing, and the mighty sauce of Lord Caesar himself. My heart flutters just thinking of such contemporary magnificence. Then alas! From behind mine own back came those malignant outpourings with which I had grown so accustomed, heralding my creation as mediocre at best. Mediocre at best? My sandwich? This paragon of culinary masterwork, spat upon and defiled by the most demoniacal spatterings of my own employer. Shame! Outrage! Damn ye, Johnston! Needless to say, an Heroclidon of vitriol overtook the ichor of my mortal veins, as I raised that antediluvian instrument of bisecting and brought it down as a blacksmith swings his trusty hammer. The cleaver slid into his skull with utmost symmetry. To nothing but the Lord's own handiwork could I compare it. Johnston's face twisted gracefully into anguish, mirroring that of St. Bartholomew. His body slumped to the floor at an angle most obtuse, and I stood over him with newfound appreciation for all things perfect and beautiful. But alas, now I have fallen into a new torture. Johnston's blood still stains my hands. Everywhere I go, I leave his prints behind me. The walls of my house are tattooed in his blood, and my sink runs red with his entrails. A devil of injustices, this, for 'twasn't I who feasted upon his post-mortem flesh, but the customers. Aye, the customers! Why dost thou punish me, Lord, for cleaning and expunging a scene of a mortal sin? Is my repentance for murder not enough? Had Cain fed his brother to the folks of Nod, surely they would have been punished as cannibals, not he. Gold was the touch of Midas, red is the touch of I. My hands have become naught but stamps of my crime, forever a reminder of what I've done. No amount of washing will rid me of this containment. At all hours I am haunted by the mephitic smell of copper. I cannot go outside, lest others see my ignominious burdens. Am thus sequestered here, in my chambers, a lusus naturae of the wicked, a bookmark in death's ledger. I fear this to be my eternal fate. The doorbell rings, reminiscing the shrillness of Johnston. My blood runs cold. My home, this tableau of madness resembling the walls of an ancient cave, is no sight for outside eyes. I begin to panic, considering my options to avoid scrutiny. I very nearly defenestrate myself, but alack, cowardice keeps me rooted. Another sound, this time a knock. A calm voice calls my name, identifying itself as an officer of the law. In the fusillade of my thoughts, I glove myself in rubber and answer the call, preparing my killer's hands once more. A kind gentleman in blue steps within my domicile and asks me if I've heard from Johnston since Saturday. I tell him I have not. He tells me that I was the last to see him, to which I can only shrug. To my utter perplexity, the man before me shows no acknowledgement of the red splatterings thronging the walls and appliances of my home. It is as if they are invisible to him. When he queries about my gloves, I tell him that I have a skin condition. A technical truth given the circumstances. With a face most vacant, he thanks me and exits, unabashed. I fear cruel necrosis hath infected my mind, for which there is no cure. The outside world calls to me, yet the blood won't wash away. I don't know how much longer I can live like this.